Alrighty then, everybody, welcome back to Shadow in the Pond. And as you can see, we are picking up almost right away from where we left off, because I did a lot of that video recording for the builds and everything within like 1 day or so. So we are going to be picking up right from, basically right again, very quickly after. So we have some great ideas, and I forgot to put this on full screen. There we go, the bar's gone. We have some great ideas. So, alright. For today's session, we are going to be doing a couple of different things. So, step one is we have to figure out, because I really do love that statue idea, we need to figure out a statue that we can build. I'm thinking like something that represents the moon, because that's kind of what I'm leaning on. That's supposed to be like a crescent moon right there. So, like, perhaps like something that represents like the moon, or a waxing moon, or waning moon, or something along those lines, for this statue that will be going right here. And then we will make our pathway up the mountain and also down the mountain. So we have to figure out a road texture that we're going to be running with. I will find some mock-up stuff in the creative world to figure that out, because I still haven't done that. Yay! Regardless. But yeah, so we are going up the mountain, and at the very top, I have yet to find one, I will, when I find who makes the statue and everything, I will put like an actual like message and some stuff on it stating like this is from this creator. I am copying it. Like I'm not gonna like try to claim a statue as my own that I didn't design. So yeah, I'm thinking of Diana from League of Legends, because I think that would be a really cool statue at the very top, when everything's supposed to be moon. And then underneath the statue, I'm thinking of putting like a beacon with a daylight sensor that opens and closes a trap door. So at night, the beacon shoots up. I might even try to put in some redstone in there to make it so that there's like glass that gets changed for like one for each day of the week. So like every 8 days or every 7 days, there's a rotation of glass and stuff like that. I think that would be really, really cool to do. So that is what I'm thinking of doing up there. A lot to do for that statue and the road. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't get started on getting some of the design layouts, and I'll get some design layouts set up for the main road, and I'm gonna talk about what I kind of like about some issues with probably some of the others, and that should all be in just a few moments, or just a single cut for you, probably a couple hours from you. Let's go. Okay, so I have gotten a couple of just like rough quick designs for some roads down, and so as you can see, I'm using smooth stone, just normal stone, cobblestone, and I'm gonna walk through what I kind of like about each of them. So okay, so we're gonna start with the smooth stone. First off, this looks really good. The problem is it's so white and bright. I don't know how well that will actually translate to like a commonly traveled road. It almost seems too flawless. Like, I mean, I put cracks and everything in it, but it just almost seems like too bright to be a road. Now, this one, unfortunately, didn't have smaller ones, but I do like the bigger, like, it's like they're actually just setting in bigger, larger stones for the base stones, which I really do like. And I feel like that's going to be my main version of the road when it's going further distances. The way this may work is like, this may be like directly outside of the temples, as like, oh, it got nicer, and then this may be the general stone road. I do really like the cobblestone, but it is a little bit, the lines are a little bit too dark in between everything and with all the cracks running through them. So, this is the easiest one. This one requires some extra, not even really much, because the design basically comes through on its own. So this one's pretty easy. I do need to add something a little extra to like kind of give some wear and tear to that one. And this one's too nice, so this one's gonna probably just for like temples or around statues and stuff like that. I'm unsure, but so that leaves the winner, and thankfully, as the stone bricks. I actually, this one is my favorite. It just doesn't fit a base brick. So the stone bricks win this. They are a little plain, so we will need to come through. I always like to give my roads like a side covering. So this will probably be tough, because I think tough will fit that really nicely. In fact, let's go find some tuff right now so we can go ahead and test that out right away. Give me one moment. There should be tuff over here in one of these chests. Yep, there's some tuff. Cool. So if we take some tuff. Whee! Alright, let's see. There should be, and my horse is back over here. There should be a version of the tuff when you, is it like for the smooth tuff? Let me go and check the stone cutter right now. Because I have a very similar version of it back in my other single player world of this type of road. Okay, there we go. So the polished stuff is really nice for this. I'm just gonna make a couple. Hit you right on this. I do need to put on some lanterns for some lights and everything, like an actual like light posts. That is something we'll have to design as well. But I just want to see how this fits. Oh, that looks so good. I love that. That's so nice. Normally I do that to prevent spawns. To help me prevent spawns, but this will set up as its own separate area. That goes so well with the stone, like it's just a shade darker. It will help edge in the road so that it'll, unfortunately, a lot of extra work for me, but it'll help edge in the road. So it's like, okay, yeah, this is the road, this is where we're going, that is the edge of it. I'll be able to put the lights in by just like adding in a second layer of this and then be able to stack it or have like an image or something on some of the tuff. I love it. I love this. I love this already. This looks so good together. I won't lie, before I initially started recording, I was like, I really love the white and the cobblestone. And then as I started recording and talking my thoughts out, dang, this took it. This took it immediately. I was like, oh wait, I definitely prefer this as a base for the majority of the rooms. Now, whenever we get to buildings and stuff, I think I might switch it to the smooth to show like it's being cleaned more often. But we'll have to see on that. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the time. So, yeah. All right. So that means we now have this set up, and I still need to try to figure out the statue over there. Yeah, no, Shadow. I'm just not sure. I need to go play with some designs in the creative world for the statue. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and work on figuring that statue out. I'm at a complete loss for what I'm gonna do there. But we'll figure that out here soon. All right. Okay. And so I am back from my creative little binge, and definitely haven't been just like running around procrastinating, helping other people out, do some stuff. It's a lot of fun actually go around to other people's worlds and help out. Well, not worlds, but other people's areas to help them out as much as you can. So, okay. So I am actually going to go ahead and be building this right about like right here. So I've actually come down to an idea of what this is going to look like. So this is going to be like a small church to the moon, and then I'm going to do a statue up there of, as I've told you before, of like a moon person, like the moon goddess or whatever, Diana from League of Legends, something along those lines. But then, so again, this is going to be made up into two big parts. So there's one part where I've been developing the roads. They are right over there. And the next part is this section right here. So what I've been doing with this is I'm probably going to do well, actually, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to do a crescent moon where it goes around right here. I think that's a waning. Is that a waxing or a waning? I think that's a waning moon. And it's going to be on a nice little platform with like steps all the way up to it. And so it's like, it looks like it's an area where you can go to like lay stuff out and do stuff along those lines. I'm hoping to be able to put some like picture frames down to show like people like have been donating like gold and other things to this area. And inside the moon is going to be like a star, like the sun, because currently the moon is overshadowing the sun for this area. But later, I will do like a vice versa type of deal where I'll have like the moon being like imprinted on a star somewhere else to show like different places worship different things for different significance, but each side recognizes the other. And so yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun to try to accomplish, and I think I have a very solid build for that. A lot of it is going to be a bunch of quartz, because white is the moon, but quartz is just a little bit too plain. So I was actually doing some experiments with stuff and found either white concrete powder using the copycat blocks, which is a very cool way to use that, or the sanded quartz. So when you lay this down and it's like in a big enough grouping, you actually get a nice little like pocketed pattern on it to where it still looks pretty smooth, but it looks a little bit rougher. So it looks like it's actually made of a material that has some like roughness to it, and it's not like a perfect sculpture, because everything has like pores in it. Even like Michelangelo's, David, and everything like that. I think that's who did that. Has like pores and all that stuff in it. Like you can look at it and go, oh my god, it looks so smooth, but you can tell it's stone and everything, even like by touch, like when you touch stuff. So I want to give that appearance of like if you touched it, you'd feel the roughness of it and not just like perfectly smooth like marble normally is. So yeah, that's what I was kind of looking for to try to do the build with. And then once we do that build, we will be doing a road. So I'm thinking doing the road actually connecting from behind. No. I should just do the road connecting through like right here, like having it here and then going off that way. And like this road was laid over or laid before. One of those two things. And then we're going to have this connecting up over right over here to where we will be then building. And this is going to be a really big road. I'm going to be building it up and around here. And like up through here. And there's someone's laboratory or something right here. So I want it to connect to here and then work its way back up the mountain all the way up to the peak. Well, being kind of more on the back side of it. I'm still not sure. I'm gonna have to do some experiments, and I'll cover those experiments on how to build out the roads while making it still feel like it's part of the mountain. Like maybe it was like carved out of the mountain partially. So we'll have to run some touching, feeling type of stuff. Like, does this work or does this work? So yeah, that's gonna be fun and interesting. So we are going to go ahead and get down into this. Get down to this. Get down to this. Enough procrastinating like I have been doing. I've been procrastinating this for a minute, going to go hang out with people and chill. It's been again a lot of fun. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get down to this and get this all built out and see what this structure will look like. I'm gonna use so much stone. All right, let's build. And welcome back, everybody, from that super fast build mode. So this is turning out pretty good. However, this just being out on its own, it feels a little bit lacking. So I really do love the design of the statue. It really does add that little extra stop on like when you're looking around from over here. Like you just see it and you see this. I think I need probably like 1 or 2 more buildings, like kind of just around this area out. I think that'd be actually pretty smart of me to do, like some stuff over here, and then that would round this entire section out, I feel like. But I really do like how this has all come together right here. However, I have run into a slight little nitpick. So I do think this needs to have a building over the top of it. So I'm gonna probably expand the stone bricks out a bit further and then make it into a circular pattern. And then bring that circular pattern up and have like a red roof to kind of match that a little bit. But inside the red circular roof, I'm thinking of putting like something dark at the top to make it look like a night sky. And then have like the pillars going up on each side of this area. And I think that will add in a lot of the extra like nice structures to this. And also give this like more of a religious feel to it. And then I'll bring the road out from here and connect it up to like over here, and then the other side of the structure will be the start of the road up the mountain. So we'll come through right here and start up the mountain from right here, which means I'm probably gonna have to restructure some of my my limestone road. That's just perfectly fine. But yeah, so we're gonna have to restructure some of the limestone road and bring that all into a factor of bringing this all together. But yeah, so first things first, we are going to go ahead and expand this out. I just wanted to bring some ideas. And also, I really feel like there needs to be something like right here. There needs to be a little bit of extra something here, like something that pops out the corners. And then I can bring it like little tiny arcs into it, like here. I need to play with that idea some because I think that is a great idea. And it'll give this area a little bit more dimension to play with. So I might like make this bottom row like seats that you can like sit on or something like that, like a rest spot. And then like have the arc over, like have it like a little bit golden or something like that. I don't know. I'm playing with some ideas, but yeah, it definitely needs a little bit of something to break up how this looks. But once I figure that out, it's going to look awesome. It's just figuring that out. And man, did that look really good at night or what? That looked so good in the dark. All right, so yeah, nothing to do but get moving, and the only way to do that is by maybe not super fast build mode. See you back here in just a moment. And welcome back from that second super fast build mode that I really did not expect to do. And I'm so excited that, because again, my original plan was to just have like that statue to represent like a little bit of a worship spot and break up the terrain a little bit of the sight lines and bring like a bit more to this build than what I originally planned. And I'm so very happy that I did this, because let me walk over here. I'm gonna do it from the sight lines of my farm and everywhere else. So before I reveal it, because also you really didn't, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna throw some pillars up through a roof really quick. I didn't think it would be so much of an ordeal, which is why there was a second super fast build mode that I did not expect. Possibly a third, depends on the length of this episode. But look at that. Oh my god, does that look so fucking good. Holy crap. Okay, so oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so good. I'm so happy with what I did for this. I did a lot of playing around the pillars. I was like, okay, so how do I build these and make these pillars make sense? And I realized I had to make a thick base area and then make that go up on the interior, but make a flat rounded area. And I looked this up in actual structures, and then on the inside I made it look like the night sky. That looks so freaking good. Oh my god, that looks so good. That's all glittering. I was thinking of putting like something here, but I tried it out and just didn't feel right. This looks so good. I finished this and I literally, I'm lagging. Oh, did I get disconnected? Oh no, I did not. I just dropped a lot of frames there though. I love this. Gotta like those. Oh my god, I want to see this at night. So we're gonna wait until nighttime, and we're gonna look back at this at night. So I'm gonna ask them not to sleep when it turns night this time. So we're gonna look at this at night. Before then, I'll start talking about some of my other plans and some of the other things I've done. Probably wrapping the episode up, because we do still need to build a road, but that is going to be a long, arduous task, and I'm already late on this episode by about a week, because I spent a lot of time gathering materials, and it was very difficult. Also, well, not so difficult. I will say Spider-Man 2 kind of played a little bit of a part in me not being fully ready. Yeah, I picked up Spider-Man 2, played it, a lot of fun, liked it. Not overly important. All right, we gotta clear up some of this crap, because that is not meant to be there. Neither are you. There you go. It's only in a couple of spots that I did that. It's weird. All right. And then whoop, there we go. I think that cleans all of that up. All right. Yes, that cleaned all of that up. Okay, cool. Oh wait, there's one single tile that's been missed. Any other stuff happens when you're building out a lot of a structure all at once. You miss little holes and stuff, especially when you're not dropping down, and when you're using this type of pick, sometimes you accidentally dig through everything. Okay. So now we're gonna cut to nighttime. See everybody in just a moment. Okay, and here we are back at night. I went ahead and removed all the stuff from my camera view. I can't wait to add a road to this, so you have a road that leads all the way up to this. I love, and this was not planned, but I love how the star in the middle kind of guides your sight lines into this area by like it is dark out here, and I started noticing this during the sunset. I love this. Since it is dark out here, you see this bright light, and you're like, ooh, okay, that draws the sight lines over, and then all of a sudden you're walking into it, and then you start to see this like moon that is encompassing this bright light into this glowing night sky of Skulk, to an area that is clearly like a religious place, which then will lead you to, if you follow the road on the other side, which again, eventually I'm going to show you a little bit of what I have planned. I need work on it still a lot, but it's coming along well. But then you come along to this other side where then you will continue to see, I'm probably going to do like a bridge or something here. But a bridge that leads all the way up into the mountains, up to the statue I'm planning to build up there as the peak of the road that I am planning on starting. This is like the final destination type of deals of like, this is where you're finally finishing this up. I'm hoping to build kind of chapels like this everywhere around this road. Not by the moon though, but with the different stuff. That looks so good. It looks so good at night. Oh my god. Oh, you feel it like the moonlight piercing through. Oh, this looks so good. Okay, and I could totally do a build that you can like see from here, and like the build can be almost framed by the picture of this building. Like I could totally see that. I also love how it's like that's nearby, just because it's like that's the preacher's preaching house. Like that's where people go to stay on the trip, and also there's like a small little preaching room. While this is like a place that as you go by, you do whatever is necessary or offer to the moon goddess, and then you continue on. Oh, I love this. This is so good. I love this so very much. Okay, enough gushing over myself. So, let me go ahead and pull some sticks out for me to grab some light Matica stuff. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have been working on. So, one is the nether portal that I still have yet to show you. I am going to go ahead and do that. Okay. So we're going to do that and go into free cam for just a moment so I can show you this. So here is the nether portal design. Again, it doesn't... I feel like it doesn't really fit with this area here. So it's going to have to be done... Like, that might become, like, a religious place later on. So it doesn't really fit this location. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to build this here. There is a Japanese-inspired settlement. I might ask if I can build that there, but that is the plan. Me and Rock, Rock helped me design this. He saved my butt so much with the creative mode, world edit and everything in the creative server. So once we decide to build this, it'll be a very fun build. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on what that looked like, since I did talk about it in the last video, but I never really showed you. I still need to show you rocks. I'll wait till it's built in the actual game before I show you that. It's so good. Okay, pop out of that. Let's go ahead and unload this. Load schematics. Unload. Okay. Load schematic. So, unfortunately, for some reason, this is stuck in a T-pose. So, this is what I wanted to build on the top of the tower. But originally, what I'm using to actually do this with is, I'm using Blender. And there's a software in Blender that I had to buy. It was like $20. But it transforms any 3D sculptures into actual Minecraft stuff. It is really cool, and I really want to, I want to do Diana from League of Legends. I just do. I think it would look really good at the top. And I've learned through multiple hours and hours of attempts, I suck at designing statues. I'm good at, like, smaller stuff like this, like the moon. I can do non-person statues, but actual, like, physical bodies and stuff, nope. It's lost on me. But yeah, so that is what I'm planning to put up on there. What I've come to the conclusion is I had this in an actual proper pose, and for some reason it keeps coming out as a T-pose. I don't know why. It's very frustrating. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I think I might end up having to hire an actual 3D rendering artist to do just a pose in Blender, and then transform that pose into what I want up there. Unfortunately, that's just the way I'm gonna have to go about it, but we'll see how it turns out. I think it's gonna look fantastic when it's all done. That is going to be a lot of stuff to do. Load schematics, unload. Okay, there we go, and it is gone. So yeah, that's a couple of things that I've been up to. So we have the road to build, and I have a potential surprise in the future for a actual nether porter build here. I'm really liking the idea that I'm coming up with for this build, so I'm going to keep it a complete surprise until we are ready for that. Yeah. So and the other ones I just showed you, they're far into the future, so they're not like. Unfortunately, not. I wanted to start collecting stuff for the Diana statue, but I want to actually be able to get a proper posed Diana statue in here. I spent like 12 hours yesterday about 5 to 6 hours yesterday trying to figure out how to get that in, and I couldn't. Thought I had it today. Was coloring up the statue a little bit so that as just like a normal statue pose, so it wouldn't be T-posed. I'm like, I have this. I got this. This is it, and it didn't work. It was in the pose, but like a bunch of the blocks just got lost. So I'm back to the drawing board on how to get this. At worst, I may look at doing a different 3D model to put up there. I would love it to be Diana, but if it's not, it's not, and that's not a big deal. But yeah, that is everything I've been up to. And we will be getting this episode shipped out to everyone here in a moment. I mean, if you're watching this, it's already shipped out. But thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Shadow, and it's Shadow in the Pond. As always, I hope everyone has a great day. Like, subscribe, comment, helps out a ton. Peace.